Hi guys, this is Cecilia. Welcome to Zawi. I'm sitting in the park today and I thought I should do just, small talk, guys, small talk. I'm going to talk about, you know, moving abroad as of today. I moved abroad 24, 25 years ago, and I find things were really different from what they are right now. It was easier to get a job, it was easier to get a college place, it was easier to make friends, to find new family in the diaspora. But you find with time, I find that a lot of people now just up and go from their countries, sometimes with kids, sometimes with the husband, or sometimes with family. And wherever the countries they are going, they have no idea what life is gonna be about. If I was moving today, I would liaise with family members who are in the destination country, find out what it is like living there, get a little advice from there, but also get advice from people who are properly settled and they know, because I find there's two groups of people living in the diaspora. Some people just come here and try to find jobs, and sometimes the jobs are not paying enough, and then they end up working two jobs, two part-time jobs, or two full-time jobs. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody starts from that place, right? But it is good to go to school. That's one thing I would do. Moving to these countries, can be Canada, US, Australia, England. I can only speak for Canada and the US because that's where I've lived. Guys, if you come here and you think you can make some shortcuts and you don't want to go to school, it's not going to be easy for you. If you want a pretty decent life, guys, just go to school. And when you go to school, know what you need to do some research. Sometimes you end up doing things that you never thought you would ever do in your life, because that's what available on the market. And when you come, if you are ever going to bring kids, make sure you have arrangements for babysitting the children, because children can make it almost impossible for you either to go to school and be working, or both. Some countries like Canada, if you are a legal immigrant, it's easier to find some kind of assistance from the government in as far as where, how kids can be taken care of as you go to school. But it's not the same with the other countries. I can't speak for the other countries, but what I know is kids can make it almost impossible. When I was in the US, my kids were younger before I came to Canada, but I had friends around me, I had Zimbabweans around me who would take turns to take care of each other's children. And also I had a husband who would be with the kids while I was at school or at work, and I would be home with the children when he was at school and at work. So you see, if you just moved up to a country where you don't have anybody, it's gonna be a different story. There are people in the diaspora who have wished they had left the kids behind until they finish the school, get settled, and then they bring their children over. I would do that if I had to come here today, because sometimes people just keep kids in the houses. They can't afford to take them out because there's not enough money. Most of the time they are studying on holidays. They have to work extra shifts because they get paid more. But where are the children? In the house, locked up. And the next thing, these children just learn to grow up in front of technology, of the TV, of the games. And now at the end, you wonder why they are what they are when they grow up, socially bankrupt, and no social skills at all. Guys, let's be careful. It's not always about money. Sometimes if you have a good life back home, and you have a decent lifestyle and a decent home, why do you bother coming? I know there might be some people say, oh, but you had a job, why did you go? Yes, I came, but like I'm saying, times were different then compared to what they are now. I'm not working anymore, but I'm understanding that jobs are not even easier to find. When we moved to America, it was easy to find jobs. You could change a job every day of the week. When I was in the US, you could do that. Go look for a job. When do you want to start? Maybe you tell them on Monday, they ask you, can you start now? You're calling home to say, oh, I won't be coming until the end of the shift, But things are different now. I'm in Canada. I moved here 2006, I think, after I completed registering with the College of Nurses, because I used to work as a nurse, right? It took some months, but after everything was done, I remember applying for 10 different jobs. They all hired me. I had to choose which one to pick. But now it's different. And they were all full-time jobs. But I think now to get a full-time job comes with seniority, who has been on the job longer or longest, and that's, if they want the job, they'll be the first ones to get the job. And then if they didn't, then they go to, and that might take years, guys. It could take years. And you find people end up working part-time here, part-time there, and there's no guarantee of hours at the end of the month. It can be quite stressful, especially raising a family. Worse still, if you are a single parent, that's challenging. That's very. So yeah, I would come here if I had to come alone. Quickly do the college programs, make sure I graduate, secure a job, and now start bringing my kids, because now I have a home, now I have decent income to be working just the normal hours. When I'm off or on weekends, I can afford to entertain my children. So that's a more balanced lifestyle, right? So yeah, you have to think twice about it. If you are coming here and you didn't want to be somebody who's interested or keen on going to school, it's another different story. You could be working the rest of your life, working hard. I'm not saying don't work, but there's a type of working that you can't even take care of the kids, and they grow up alone because you're trying to make ends meet. You can't afford to even travel back home if you want to, or even go on vacation. You can't even afford to take weekends with friends because you don't want to miss a weekend shift, which is paying more. That's what I'm talking about. So you need to do some proper planning. You need to really do some proper planning. Not easy to find friends in these countries. So if you have family, try to stay in good books, because you could help each other with some of the things. You could help each other with even accommodation. Some already have houses. You can make arrangements. You live in their basement. Most basements are looking very beautiful here. Pay some money, raise your kids. When you're done, then you move to your own home. Yeah, because for some people, just coming to these countries is enough culture shock to disrupt the entire family, and things just go south. Not because there's anything wrong with the countries, because you didn't make proper plans, and now you find yourself, you're in a situation you can't go back home. Some have already sold houses where they're coming from. It's not possible to go back home. It's becoming challenging. It's not what they expected, when they come here, and things start going down south, and that's what I'm talking about. So, I know sometimes you need to take a leap of faith, but you still need to use some wisdom with it, right? And it's gonna be what it is, like it or not. You need to make proper plans. yeah, it worries me. I'm older. I'm not saying I did my transition to the new country was smooth. It wasn't. I was lucky to be in a place where I had some Zimbabweans around me who also had children like me. So, like I said, we would take turns. If I'm going to work, I stay with their kids. If they are going to work, they also look after my kids. My husband too, right? So not every situation is the same. So just don't be in a rush to pick up kids and be celebrating moving to a new country without really knowing how you're gonna take care of it. It's not like back home where you have aunties and grannies and nannies to play that role for you. It's different. Please be careful, think twice. I'm not trying to discourage, I'm just trying to encourage you to use some wisdom and make proper arrangements. That's all I'm talking about for today, guys. Just remember to subscribe, to like, to comment, and share the video so I can keep posting. Bye bye.